play Madden? I'm sure you played Madden growing up.
Yeah, when I was little, yeah.
Do you have a favorite play? Was it just
Play?
me dot?
Yeah, and that's funny because when I was playing Madden, and I'll play like my friends or anything, I never passed the ball.
No way.
Wow.
So you were always a running back.
I always ran the ball. I never passed it ever.
How'd it go for you? Did you kick their ass?
No.
On second down, Warren looking for an alley. He's got the end zone, and the Steelers are an extra point away from tying.
Steeler country, we are back for the great Jaylen Warren show on the one and only The Sick Podcast, Steeler Crazy. I am Jay York Football. This is Mic'd Up Sports One. And before we give a big shout out to our fellow sponsors, I just want to say that I did call that Jaylen Warren touchdown on our previous podcast before they took on the Rams. So just give all credit to me right now. Anyways, Stoney's Brewing Company believes that beer should be made with the highest quality ingredients and no shortcuts. That's why they use only the finest natural ingredients to brew their beer. From water to the hops and the barley, everything is carefully selected to ensure a pure and delicious taste. I just talked to my guy, Ian. He's going to be sending us some Stonies. So, we'll have to crack open a six-pack this Sunday and get ready for another Jaylen Warren touchdown. What do you say? You see
We're
it
celebrating.
right there.
We're celebrating
It's a
Jaylen Warren
celebration.
touchdowns with some Stoney beer. Come on,
Yeah.
now.
And shout out to Dad, man. He's watching the Steelers Crazy podcast and not just the Jaylen Warren show. So shout out Mr. Warren. And then also want to give a shout out. The seasons are changing. I know I'm going to need some winter tires. This is where the man himself, number 30 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, goes to get all custom auto work. Steel City Wheelhouse, where the bar is set. Tires for all cars and trucks can now be purchased online at steelcitywheelhouse.com. Financing is available. You need tint, new tires, rims, stereo systems. I mean, it is Pittsburgh's West Coast Customs. Go see our guys, John and John, down there and tell them that the Jaylen Warren Show and the Sick Podcast Steeler Crazy sent you, and you'll be riding off in style all season.
Pimp your ride. You can't beat it. Pimp your ride. Listen, you're going to take credit for the Jaylen Warren touchdown. I'm going to give credit to the guy we're going to bring on right now. Of course, coming off a big victory and a big touchdown. It's none other than Jaylen Warren. Jaylen, what's up?
Yo. What's good, man?
Happy to have you back, of course. Always nice to have you after a big victory. And, of course, even sweeter because you hit pay dirt. So we got to talk to you about it first. It was our new intro, so we're excited to have that. Everybody's going to get to see that touchdown run weekly every Tuesday whenever we drop this show. What'd you see on the play? Tell me what you remember and getting in the end zone there.
Man, so we had ran that play like 2 times before that. And, yeah, we had ran that play 2 times before we, the score. And I was just, that play, just realizing how they were playing it. So, like, I kind of predetermined that cut. And as soon as I got the ball, I just seen the gap, hole, and, everybody got on their blocks. And so as soon as I seen that hole, I was just trying to run as fast as I can through that. I just seen, like, weaving guys, I think it was number 0. He was, like, on my right. He was almost there to, make the tackle. But I was just trying to run that as fast as I could. I could just see a path to the touchdown.
Interesting. So that was predetermined, that cutback, based on the play, right?
Yeah. Obviously, I got to read my lineman block, but, yeah, I try to, that pitch gets the defense running. So, cut it back.
You give us a little layup flip at the end there. Is that premeditated? Is that in the spur of the moment?
Yeah, that was in the spur of the moment. Yeah. Like, I don't think I've ever done that before. I've done it like at Utah State where I'm like stationary,
Yeah.
Standing up, I got up and just flipped the ball. But yeah, that was just in the moment thing.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you got to shoot a layup anyway. No offense. I'm not going to short shame you over here, but I can't see you taking a Jimmy Graham and like slamming it over the goalpost, dunking over the goalpost, I should say. Is that fair at least? Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. I've accepted that I won't be able to be in that position for the rest of my
You're
life.
watching the Jaylen Warren Show, part of the Sick Podcast Steelers. Crazy talking to the man himself after a big victory. Jaylen, what the heck is it about your quarterback when the fourth quarter hits, this guy comes alive and does it yet again. I think he has 6 fourth quarter comebacks now and 18 starts. Why does this guy play his best in the biggest moments?
Man, just because that's Kenny for you. He has that it factor. He's when the spot is bright for him, he's gonna shine for sure. He's not one to like fold under pressure or anything. So, we're very fortunate to have a quarterback like that, and props to Kenny.
He's built differently, right? That's what the kids are saying these days. He's just built differently at the end of the day.
He's him.
Yeah. He is him. There you go.
go.
That's what the kids are saying as well. Well, listen, Kenny Pickett is him. You're obviously built differently as well. But another guy I think I would put in that category is Deontay Johnson. How important was his return on offense for you guys? That energy, that playmaking ability, and just the ability to move the ball downfield.
Oh, that's huge. I mean, Deontay Johnson's obviously one of the best players on our offense. So obviously, when you have those guys on the offense and they're able to play, it's huge. Like you said, playmaking ability, he's consistent with that. So yeah, it was good to have him there.
Jaylen, we talk about this every single week, but it never gets old. And I know our viewers love hearing about it because they get pats on the back, as they should get pats on the back. People all over the country watching this show, people all over the country rooting for the Steelers, and they show out like crazy. They always have. But is it ever surprising to you still at this point when you walk into an opposing stadium, as far as you can get on the other side of the country? And did it feel like another home game?
Yeah, 100%. Like I've never experienced something like that in my life. I might have said this on the other podcast, but
Yeah.
sometimes when a penalty is drawn, I never know if it was us or them because it's the same tone level in the stadium. So I think that's pretty cool. I gotta ask around like, hey, was that on us or what's the reaction of our sideline? But it's huge. My family was there. I had like 24 people there.
Wow.
So yeah, they sent me videos. One of them caught my.
They were loving that touchdown.
Oh, they were going crazy. Yeah, they were going crazy.
Wait, they caught your touchdown as in a video, or you threw the ball up to them? A video,
no,
right?
they caught it. They caught it on video.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I guess
they were all the way up in the nosebleeds.
Oh, come on, man! Were you gonna get them better tickets than that?
I mean, I would have, but I kind of just say I need 24 tickets.
It's an away game. Cut them some slack. Well, it's a home away game.
Look, I warned them because away games, they usually all the way up there. So I'm like, hey, y'all can come, but I don't know if the tickets are the best.
Yeah. I'm sure they were happy.
Are they rocking Warren jerseys and whatnot, right?
Yeah. They
They get asked all the time. Like, I'm sure like Steeler fans at this point probably are aware. Like, hey, what's up, Mr. Warren type vibe. They tell you.
What?
Do they come back to you and say like, yeah, we had people on the road coming up to us today saying, are you guys the Warren family? Are you guys the Warren family?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My mom, they can pick up my mom. I look like my mom. Yeah.
All good stuff. So last time we talked about bye week killing, how much was that bye week needed? And did you feel, great going into this game? Obviously, the outcome was good and you got a touchdown, but as far as like your body, like did that bye week really help? No McDonald's, right?
Maybe. No McDonald's. I was gonna do a cheat meal, but I might have, in substitution of that, ate like the home cooked meals a little.
There you go.
Too much home cooked meals, but
there's no such thing, Jaylen.
Back on right. We're back on track though. It was huge, rest is, paramount with recovery. So it was just huge having like that break off and, being able to recover your body the way you need to.
Definitely. So obviously you guys had some plane problems in the past. The trip back home this time, everything was good, back in Pittsburgh. Okay. Just had to ask because, that's the biggest thing is to get you guys back to Pittsburgh for the next game and home safely. So just thanks Delta Airlines.
Yeah. Shout out Delta.
Yeah.
Shout out Delta.
So before I throw it back over to Mike, just talk about a little bit, a few of your teammates had penalties for taunting, Pickens and I think it was Deontay Johnson. I know that, your emotions run high during the game. Just talk, is it hard to control your emotions, obviously, when you're playing the game of football?
Yeah, I say it's harder for some than others. Me personally, I can control my emotions. Um, I don't let it get as bad as for it to draw a penalty. But
Yeah.
it's a competitive game, and so that stuff's gonna happen. And we as a team, when it does happen, just gotta come together and make it right. I guess it is what it is, and just do it. Like they say, on to the next play.
Yeah. Mike?
Yeah, it was definitely on to the next play for you guys. It's like I said, DJ and George had an absolutely huge game. You're watching the Sick Podcast, Steelers Crazy. Of course, I want to mention as well, we're brought to you by shopyins.com. Man, I rock this hat every show from now on. I'm going to have a crazy receding hairline. I'm wearing this hat so much because they're the number one brand for Pittsburgh sports. Use the code SICK15, 15% off your entire purchase at shopyins.com. No minimum purchase necessary. And I want to tell you about something really important. Taylor created a new shirt this past weekend. It says Victory Monday on it. That is an awesome shirt. It's super dope. Make sure you check out that on shopyins.com. There's been a lot of shirts made in the Steelers game, of course, by multiple outlets around Pittsburgh. I don't know if I've seen a Victory Monday one, at least not as slick as this. So make sure you go get that great holiday gift there, potentially from Shopyins. Jaylen, listen, you guys are 4-2. It's so early in the season. This is probably a stupid ass question, but you see it sometimes, right? How do you not get too content, too comfortable, right? You win back-to-back big games. You beat really good teams. I'm sure everybody's feeling good. How do you guys stay grounded and make sure that, like you just said before, it's immediately on to the next?
I mean, we just can't let it just can't let it get to our heads. We can't get complacent. Always come in with, I guess, a chip on your shoulder, willing to learn. You can always improve in your game. And although we won, it wasn't the prettiest film for us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we haven't played a perfect game. No one's going to play a perfect game. You can always get better. So I guess just staying grounded and, staying level-headed with those things, it'll help us a lot.
Yeah, 100%. I'd like to ask our former interviews we've had in the past. We haven't done this with you yet, but I'd like to connect you to other players, maybe in the Big 12 that you played against or that you potentially know. You guys got the Jacksonville Jaguars coming in, obviously a really tough test. Tell me a little bit about Tyler Lacey. You know Tyler Lacey? That's your guy?
Yeah, I know Tyler Lacey.
He's going to be on the opposite side of the ball. He's a poke, Oklahoma State guy. Do you ever – okay, I'm not sure if it's this game specifically, but obviously I'm sure you played some other Oklahoma State Cowboys in this season and a half you've been a Pittsburgh Steeler. How often are you guys, like, texting before the game? Like, I can't wait to see you. Like, we'll see who pulls this out type deal?
Yeah, I would say it would be, like, throughout the week. Not texting every day, obviously, but, I'll say something like, hey, take it easy on me, this game.
Right.
Please don't go hard on me. I'll just say something like that. But we'll know it's, like, all love and it's competitive, and obviously we each want to win. So, best game to each other, and obviously we get a pick after the game.
Yeah, just to give everybody some context, Tyler Lacey is a defensive end for the Jaguars. Went to school with Jaylen at Oklahoma State. Played some. I know he's got a couple tackles, so I don't know if you're going to reach out to him or have reached out to him already, but maybe throw a little bit of shit back and forth. That would be funny for sure. Jordan, go ahead. Take it over.
Yeah, so obviously I don't know if you're prepared or not, Jaylen, but our fans really like the Jaylenisms, and just seeing if you had one in the notepad or.
Does he have a notepad on him?
I don't.
I thought you were about to pull out like a CVS receipt. Yeah, but you find one every week.
I actually just found my notebook from last year, like from all my notes, my game notes, and there was a page where it had all quotes, and I took a picture of it. I actually did take a picture of it. This was last night. I can't remember the one that was on.
Is it in your room right behind you or something?
Yeah, it's in my room over there.
Go get it. We'll kill some time.
Can you grab it? All right.
Hell yeah. we'll kill some time right here because we could talk a little bit about our sponsors a little bit more. Jordan, tell us about Brushes and Beans.
Yeah, brushes and beans. I know I say this every show, but I need that double shot JY espresso from Brushes and Beans. Caffeinate and create at Brushes and Beans Cafe. Visit them at 4550 William Penn Highway in Murraysville. Go see Mark down there and tell him that the Sick Podcast Steeler Crazy sent you on the one and only Jaylen Warren show. Man, that double shot espresso. I might drive right after this show and go down there.
He's got the notepad. Without giving away too much, obviously we don't want to talk schematically over here. But look at this thing. It looks like a dissertation in college. You writing novels over there. You got to give us something out of there. A couple notes or a couple quotes. Look like you're put that in the book bag and go to class.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
God, you're marking it up in red.
The run game.
Man, yeah, that's the run game. I don't know. There's like best ability is availability.
Okay, it's a classic.
There you go.
I love that you wrote that down.
Go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated.
I like that
That's
one.
deep. That is poetic.
Not everybody that pats your back is your friend.
Wow. Prophet
This is
over
all
here.
from like the facility, you know.
I'm gonna get one of these tattooed on me. What do you think, Jordan and Jaylen?
I mean,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
there you have it. No, our viewers really like that, so that's why we try and incorporate. So next week after you guys win, when we come on, we're gonna keep it going.
I'm gonna have a better one for you.
All right,
No,
cool.
those are good. We got three
So
of them.
speaking of Steeler Nation, we're gonna take a fan question from T, and his question was, "Who has the weirdest pregame superstition? Can you tell us about anyone's or your own?" Shout out T.
Pre-game superstition.
Well, I know you told us about the song that you listened to, but is there any of your teammates that have to wear like the same socks or like something like that? I don't know.
I don't know any of the teammates that.
What about yourself?
Is there a pregame jam? Like, is there a boombox that you guys hit something in the locker room? I know there used to be a postgame.
Yeah, they play
just with Marcus
music.
Allen.
Yeah, they'll play music on the speaker.
But is there like one that hits differently
Song that we all just listen to
for the team? Yeah. Like pregame, where you're like, all right.
There's a song we play after, but not. I would say before they kind of just let everybody be in their own zone. Everybody
Their own headphones.
Are you allowed to tell us the song after?
Yeah.
Or is that private?
It's y'all ever heard? Y'all probably heard it. It's "Take Over Your Trap."
Yeah, walk on your trap,
No.
take over your trap. Is that only for away games though?
You guys are still using Take Over Your Trap. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I remember when Coach.
You hear the beat at the beginning? Everybody gets hyped.
I remember Coach T. They were. I think it was after a playoff game. And he even came in and did his.
He did.
Yeah,
he did. It might have
remember
been last year. It might have been last year. In all honesty,
it was the first game last year. Yeah.
That was it. Bengals win. The huge win against the Bengals. Absolutely. All right, I got a second question for you over here. I can't say the guy's name because sometimes you get these Twitter usernames that you just can't say. But it's a good question. I don't know did you play Madden? I'm sure you played Madden growing up.
Yeah, when I was little, yeah.
Do you have a favorite play? Was it just
play?
Dive?
Yeah, and that's funny because when I was playing Madden, and I'll play like my friends or anything, I never passed the ball.
No way.
Wow.
So I always ran. Running back.
I always ran the ball. I never passed it ever.
How'd it go for you? Did you kick their ass?
No.
Hey, not the best game plan, to be honest. It was not the best.
I was like, I hope you know I don't throw the ball. I told him that before.
Do you remember who you played with? What team and running back? I'm trying to think of that era, like Adrian Peterson-ish era.
Like 2009, Madden 09. That's when I would play.
Yeah,
that was like around Mike Vick.
907, that kind of.
That might have been Larry Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu on the cover. Trying to think.
Hold on, I'm looking now.
No,
it was Madden 09 was Brett Favre.
Really?
Yeah, I just looked
it
up.
On a Nintendo 64 or something?
No, it was Xbox 360.
We were playing on PlayStation. It was PS3, I think.
Yeah, it really was. That's throwing it back. And I think Madden 08 must have been
a lot of
Troy Fitz.
08 was
Vince Young.
No, Madden 10 was Troy and Larry
There you
Fitzgerald.
go. She was
I
1
have
year
them all
away.
right
1 year
here.
away.
And then Steve McNair was 08.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, I'm glad we got to that. That was fun.
That's funny, yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Well, Jaylen, we appreciate it, man. Like always, it's always great talking after a W
Right.
for sure. Hopefully, we can do it again next Tuesday after a big one against the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. Hoping to get you guys to 5-2, of course. Hopefully, you get back in the end zone. This time, give us a fake dunk. All right, it doesn't have to be the goalpost, but after you score, tell your pops Jordan's going to hit him up or something on DM that we want to dunk. People that watch the
Dunk?
show will know exactly like instead
Yeah.
of the layup. Maybe fake the layup and
Above
just
that
spike
dunk.
it and spike it.
I can reach the goalpost. The
Oh,
ball
well,
might
Yeah,
not
don't
go
mate.
over. The ball
hurt
might
yourself.
reflect,
Yeah, please don't hurt yourself.
but I'm playing safe. If I'm feeling like jumpy, then I'm gonna do it. If not, then
And tell your pops whenever he wants to come on the Jaylen Warren show, we're ready for him.
okay, sounds good. Tuesdays
We got you.
he's pretty busy during the day, but
Well, even if we have to push it back, as long as you're available,
okay,
we'll
okay.
make it happen.
All right, I'll talk to him about it. He's actually
All right.
coming to the game.
There you go.
To Pittsburgh for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Nice, cool,
Awesome.
cool.
All right, Jaylen. Well, good luck on
Thank you.
Sunday, and stay healthy, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Stay
All right,
healthy.
sounds good. Thank y'all.
Peace. Man, it's just so much fun after a W. It's fun for fans. It's fun for us.
Especially
it's fun
when,
for
especially when Sammy and them do the picture, we're always smiling. After a loss, we're all like,
Jaylen.
you
Yeah,
know.
that is so funny. The YouTube thumbnail. I have
Yeah.
grown to be a big fan of the YouTube thumbnail because after a loss, you're right. Do the face after a loss.
Yeah, it's like
Do the
Stone
face
Phillip.
after a win. Yeah.
Oh man, but I think that what's so great about this, I'm gonna say this every episode, is just the guys that check us out, Steeler Nation from all over the world. I literally just seen something on my Facebook meta, whatever you want to call it, Steeler Nation France. It's literally insane. Like there's really not away Steeler games.
No.
Might be
Mm-mm.
the other team's stadium, but the Steeler Nation showing out either way. So
Even if they were playing in Germany or London, I don't know if they
Yeah.
ever will because it's tough for them to give up a home game. They, you usually don't want to bring teams that have such a strong home support system to another, country because they're going to sell it anyway. But I guess it happened with the Buffalo Bills, and Baltimore Ravens. So I think eventually it's going to happen, and you're going to see a place in like Germany decked out in black and gold, which is so cool.
Yeah. So I mean, I really think things are trending in the right direction for the Steelers. Obviously, like this fourth quarter, you heard it from Jaylen himself. Like Kenny Pickett just has that it factor, and we had guys on our podcast and even ourselves. I want nothing more for the success of Kenny Pickett. I think that all of Pittsburgh does, but those first three quarters and the first half performances have just not been what we want. But then the fourth quarter is like it's like Tom Brady's coming out. Like it's literally and I'm not a fan of Tom Brady. Steeler Nation, relax. But I'm just giving an analogy. But I mean, it's you got to take it. We got 300 total yards, and hopefully we can break that Matt Canada curse and get the 400 yards. Yeah, a couple Jaylen Warren touchdowns. What do you say?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, you and I. It's almost like bittersweet. He comes back and wins these games in the fourth quarter, but you're kind of putting yourself in that position to have to do it in the first place. It would be nice, you're right, for you said it just the other day, full 60-minute game. And then you don't have to worry about coming from behind in the fourth quarter because it'll bite you in the ass eventually, that's for sure. So we want to see more games, that they win handily, but that's just not Steelers football. Unless they give you a heart attack on Sunday, we're used to it by now. Even the Big Ben days were, to a degree.
Oh my gosh,
there was a time when they were kicking everybody's ass with the
Tomlin.
KODs.
Yeah, Tomlin always says you don't get style points, especially in this league in the NFL. And but just like when is, I would have to go back and look. Maybe when is the last time that we actually blew out a team? I just. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't even think. Like, I don't know if the Steelers do it for ratings or if this is just Steeler football, but I mean, they win at the end of the day. And, to be sitting at 4-2 to play like we have in some of these games, I'll take it any day. And I think that this Jacksonville game is huge because, they're a good team. You're going to be 5-2, and then your schedule gets a little bit easier the next 2 games. And we can be sitting real pretty.
Yeah, I'll try and come up with it real quick. I'm sure I'm going to be wrong, but it wasn't last year. It wasn't Big Ben's last year, the year before that they blew anybody out, but the year before that. So we're going 3 years back when they started. I think maybe 11-0. It might have been 10-0. They were kicking ass early in the season during the COVID year with nobody in the stands. I remember the Philadelphia game specifically at home. I think Chase Claypool had 3 touchdowns in that game. And they blew them out. But we're going back 3 years.
That's probably the last time. That's probably the last time Chase
one.
Claypool won.
Yeah,
what a game.
Well, yeah, it might just be.
Best
Joey
of
Porter
luck
Jr. doing big things. Nice job. Omar Khan W, like Twitter likes to say. That's an Omar Khan W.
Yeah, and we really appreciate all of our sponsors as well. Yin's Brand, Stoney's, Steel City Wheelhouse, Brushes and Beans. We're going to be doing some cool giveaways, so make sure that you follow us on the Sick Podcast Steeler Crazy, as well as me personally on Twitter at J York Football, and this is Mic'd Up Sports 1 on Twitter. You can, he's doing his thing, man, and I'm not just saying that because he's my best friend. This is the 2 hardest working people in showbiz right here, respectfully, and we do it for Steeler Nation. Thank you, guys. Sammy, hit it.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Steelers Crazy on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.